A Victoria University student says she was evicted from her hostel the day after she tried to take her own life. Dunny is her name, and she says the hostel manager told her she couldn't stay because of health and safety reasons. Victoria University says the hall environment was not conducive to Dunny's recovery and that they have to weigh up the rights of individuals against the collective good of the hall community. But as Emma Hatton and visual journalist Richard Tindler report, Dunny was not offered alternative accommodation, and just a warning, some listeners and viewers might find some of Dunny's stories disturbing.
Danny was fresh out of high school and excited to start her degree in music and media studies at Victoria University. Accepting a place at Cumberland House, she filled out all the paperwork, including disclosing under the medical conditions section that she had been clinically diagnosed with obsessive-compulsive disorder, depression and anxiety. A few weeks after she moved in, she was sexually assaulted. A short time after that, she requested a new room after falling out with her roommate. She was moved 3 doors down from the person who had assaulted her at the start of the year. Some months passed and Danny started dating another student. Shortly after, she became pregnant. However, she miscarried.
I had to go through this experience on a really gross student hall bathroom floor. It wasn't fun. And I sort of didn't feel that I could go to any of the staff and be like, hey, this has just happened, what do I do?
The sequence of events had become too much, and in October last year, Danny tried to end her life. She was taken to Wellington Hospital and her dad flew down from Tauranga to be with her. After she was discharged the next day, they both went back to Cumberland House.
The hall manager understandably wanted to speak to us. She's like, sort of a first sort of mandatory, are you okay? Everything, and then she's like, but actually, hey, you can't really stay here. We don't want you to stay here.
She says she was told it was for health and safety reasons. To add insult to injury, the hall kept the remaining weeks of her rent, which she had paid in advance. After her father emailed the university refunded the money.
That was only because my dad pushed. They were willing to keep my money that I'd paid up until the 18th, you know. They run it as a business.
I visited Cumberland House today and asked to speak with the hall manager, who I was told was available. However, when I said I was from RNZ, the hall manager was no longer available and I was asked to leave the premises. I was told to direct my questions to Rainsforth Dix, the Director of Student and Campus Living.
Rainsforth speaking.
Hi, is this Rainsforth Dix?
It is.
Hello, it's Emma Hatton calling from Radio New Zealand. I've just called to talk to you about Cumberland House, please.
I'm sorry, can you talk to Sarah Boyd, our comms manager? She's on 465.
It is you who I do need to talk to. I just need to ask you about Danny and why she was evicted from the hall last year.
I'm sorry, I can't talk to you about
Why
that.
not?
Please contact Sarah Boyd. She's our comms manager.
You are the Director of Student and Campus Living, though. It is your job to talk about this. Is it appropriate to evict someone after they've attempted suicide?
I don't think that's what we're talking about. So look, I'm sorry.
It's a yes or no answer.
Can you please contact your comms manager about this?
It's you who I need to talk to about this. Your comms manager will not have the answers I need.
Can you please talk to her? I'm sorry, I will not respond to this over the phone. Bye.
So I emailed my questions to the university's communications team. In a statement, Rainsforth Dix says the university has to weigh up the rights of individuals against the collective good of the hall community and the potential impact on other students. In this case, she says the hall manager was advised by a counselling service that Danny needed a period of respite before returning to the hall and that the hall environment was not considered conducive to the student's recovery. The Mental Health Foundation Chief Executive Sean Robinson says evicting someone because they have tried to kill themselves is wrong. He says young people under 25 experience the highest levels of psychological distress and have the highest rate of suicide. Rather than eviction, he says Danny needed kindness and understanding. For Checkpoint, Emma Hatton.